So today I want to talk about dupes. My nose has gotten sharper to the point where they all smell totally different to me. I like them all for different reasons and I wear them and pick them for different reasons. I just spilled coffee. I hope you can't see it. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Charlotte. Before we get into it, please let me know, are you sick of the Baccarat Rouge craze? Do you want more dupes of it out there? Do you want different variations? Are you sick of it? Are you kind of like hoping for the next big new sort of scent craze? Or are you still loving it? Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you're new, I am a fragrance and makeup obsessed weirdo, or what some people call a fragrance and beauty enthusiast, to put it diplomatically, and make lots of videos on both of those topics, especially fragrance lately. So if that sounds like something that you enjoy and that you like, definitely do subscribe, ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos, and like the video if you like the video too. That definitely lets me know that you enjoy this kind of content. If you're a returning subscriber, hello, and thank you so much for being here with me today and for all of your love and encouragement and support. I've been having a really great time getting to know you guys a little bit more in the comments and in DMs. It's one of those things I didn't expect to love as much as I do about this whole YouTube thing. Before we get into it, thank you so much for the feedback on the raspberry fragrances video. I heard you guys say that you really enjoyed those kinds of videos and you'd like to do some more dedicated note videos, and I'm so happy to hear that because I am so on board and ready to do that. I'm obsessed with finding all the different kinds of facets of notes. The ones that I have that I've been thinking of doing that I really want to do are cherry blossom, rice, and passion fruit so far. And coconut. I can do coconut too. So comment down below which one and I'll do that one. Coconut, passion fruit, cherry blossom, and rice. Comment down below which one you want to see next and I'll do the one that's requested the most. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so today I want to talk about dupes. Okay, there's a lot of opinions on dupes. First of all, these are just my personal opinions, so take it with a grain of salt. And please share in the comments down below your opinion on this because I know they're very varied. They are very varied, and they're all legitimate, you know? So yes, please do. So dupes, why would you be interested in having a dupe? I think the first and most obvious reason that dupes are around and that they exist and that there's an interest for them is just you get to at least have a taste and the experience of a much more expensive fragrance, and I always think that that's a good thing. I wish that fragrance and perfume was accessible to all, so to me dupes are a good way of offering that. The second reason, and maybe the most the one that you might be more conflicted with, I think if you really enjoy a scent, like you're kind of obsessed with a fragrance profile, you might really enjoy having all these different kinds of variations of it. So I do, like, for example, all my Baccarat Rouge type scents, which I'm going to show you today, I have a few of them, and to be honest, I like them all for different reasons and I wear them and pick them for different reasons, even though they all share that same DNA and are considered to be dupes for Baccarat Rouge 540, which, by the way, I have never actually smelled yet, but I do plan on smelling it eventually. It's always sold out anyway on the sites. I've smelled so many of the dupes that I get it. I get what the Baccarat Rouge scent is. I can detect the DNA in the dupes, you know? So one of the reasons that you might be interested in dupes is if you just want to broaden your sort of horizon in that sort of scent profile. And that leads me to my third reason, and that's just that I find it a really fun way to also train my nose, to be able to get to know what different scents truly have in common. And sometimes it's an exercise that I like doing and I really enjoy doing with the Baccarat Rouge scents and with the hypnotic poison type scents, because both of those have a lot of so-called dupes, and I really enjoy the process of being able to completely get to know each one individually, and to the point where they all smell totally different to me. Obviously, if it's a scent that you like, that you enjoy, you know, I wouldn't be doing it with a with a fragrance profile that I didn't enjoy. But there you go. Those are the 3 main reasons that I think dupes are great and that I think dupes will always be around, and you know, that I love dupes. Also, I guess what would be considered a dupe, I guess that's kind of controversial too, right? Because some fragrance houses literally try to copy an actual fragrance, so those would be, I guess, literal dupes. But a lot of dupes aren't that. They're just kind of similar scents that are just totally different interpretations by a different fragrance house. And then there's the gray area of some that seem to, you know, some say that claim to be inspired by, but they seem to be very, very similar, or you know what I mean? And that's controversial too. I'm not getting into that. I don't really have any opinions about that, to be honest. I'm a big advocate of accessible scents and affordable scents, especially since I'm gonna be really with you guys, like a lot of what I've got now, or like that I've been acquiring over the last few months, is like because of my channel and for my channel. There was definitely a time a few years ago where finding a really good affordable scent, and when I say good, I mean one that you didn't feel like you were wearing a cheap scent. You felt like you were wearing something really good, really great quality. When you found that at the drugstore or whatever, when I did, that was really valuable. That was really amazing, and it's easy to take those for granted in my collection and in our collections if you have a bigger collection. And yes, the fact that they are dupes, or that they are maybe the more affordable version, does not take away from the fact that sometimes they're really amazing fragrances. So okay, that was long, but oh, I also realized this was only supposed to be up while I did my makeup, but looks like I kept it in. So the dupes I want to talk about today are the Baccarat Rouge dupes, and I did a video already comparing some of these, but since that video, my nose has gotten sharper. I've gotten to know those fragrances better, and I've acquired another dupe that I think is actually the most accurate dupe, if that's something that you might want, is like the accurate dupe. So let's get them out. Where is that? Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the dupes here, and I want to just describe them for you so that you know sort of what you're getting into, and also, you know, if you want to have that Baccarat Rouge DNA but you don't want to have every single variation of them out there, I'm going to offer to you a sort of nuanced take on these dupes and my personal recommendations too. I'm going to start with the one that I think is widely regarded as being the most accurate dupe, and that is by Haramain's Amber Oud Rouge. And I love this so much. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I keep reaching for it all the time. And right now, when I just smell it from the cap like this, I'm just getting the very sweet, like cotton candy, but not cotton candy in the same way that's like an angel or something. This is like actual burnt sugar, spun sugar cotton candy. But when you spray it, you really get the slightly, some people call the band-aid or the clinical sort of scent, is kind of like a, or like some people say the dentist's office. So maybe like at the dentist chair, or when you're on the dentist chair, there's like that like paper plastic bib thing, and maybe like the smell of like the gloves, you know, that they're using and everything, like that sort of plasticky, but not plastic, you know what I mean? It's kind of like that medical plasticky sort of scent, or clinical, I don't know what the word would be really, but that is present in this one, and I know that that's very present in Baccarat Rouge. So yeah, I think that this one probably emulates that the most. So for better or for worse, some people like it, some people tolerate it, and some people can't stand it, and that's what ruins it for them. So if you don't like that note that people talk about, or if that sounds like something that might scare you, this might not be the first one to start with. So there you go. But this one is also extremely unisex, extremely versatile. I would wear this year-round, fall, winter, summer, I'm serious, anytime. So uplifting and sexy at the same time, and comforting. Like, it's all around super versatile, and I'm kind of in love with it. Amber Oud Rouge. The next one I have for you is Banana Republic Dark Cherry and Amber. And the next ones that I'm going to talk to you about, I'm not going to go as in depth necessarily just because I already did a video on them, but I will add a few nuances and stuff. So, and of course my recommendations. There are some differences. Anyway, so this is Banana Republic's Dark Cherry and Amber. And this is the one that I'm going to tell you, I will be honest with you, is the one that is the least reached for. Not only that, I would say that the other ones here are some of my most reached for fragrances, and this one is one of my least reached for fragrances. So maybe this one's on the chopping block, huh? And it's not bad, but out of all those kinds of scents, there you go. This is the one that least does it for me. And I think that's because there's a slight plasticiness in the cherry scent in this one that I don't particularly love. And it's so strange because it's actually kind of a creamy cherry, and you would think I would like that, or like a resinous, no, it's like a resinous cherry, or like a balsamic cherry, which honestly that sounds amazing and I do like it, but I don't know, there's something about it that I find slightly cloying, and I'm not quite sure what it is. If you feel the same, or if you have any thoughts about why you think that might be, definitely let me know. It's not a bad fragrance, I don't think, but now I'm also starting to think I want to test it out a lot more just to figure out if I don't like it, you know what I mean? So there you go, that's Dark Cherry and Amber, and I do think it's the amber, but I mean there's amber in the other ones too, so it's the cherry amber combo that I'm not sure if I love. And it also might just be because, you know what I think it is? Yeah, that's what I think it is too. This to me is a fall scent. That's why I've not been reaching for it. I don't know what it is, but to me, this dark cherry amber scent, I could also see be worn with like leather or something. Like, to me, this is a fall scent, and yeah, maybe I'll start wearing it more in the fall. I'll let you know. Dark Cherry and Amber. Next up, we have by Mancera, and this is Instant Crush, and you guys know I love this. Oh man, this one stands out. This is a standout fragrance. This is loud, this is rich, this is balsamic, this is amber, vanilla, saffron, warm, spicy, intoxicating, really intoxicating, bold, really, really, really bold. You cannot wear this really discreetly. I'm just telling you, you can't. But also incredibly confident, incredibly sexy, in that way that's like, you don't have to say anything. You just exude sexiness and confidence. And I really say that like it's in a non-gendered way as possible. Like, I'm picturing all genders just exuding this like massive, like sexual, but like mature, grounded sexuality. I don't know, man. I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing. This is definitely the most different from all of these, in that this is not something I think I would wear any time of year. I don't think I would wear it in the summer. This is an amazing fall and winter scent. Absolutely. This was in my top 10 for life recently, so, you know, okay, it might be a little bit biased, but really amazing fragrance. That said, if you have a new nose, that means, you know, you've only smelled a few fragrances, maybe you only have like a very small preference of like notes. Yeah, this could be too much for you. This could smell not good to you. Yeah, it could be too much for you. It's overkill, maybe. It's like going from, yeah, you're not going to be able to appreciate it. And I don't mean that in a pretentious sort of way. I mean, you're not going to be able to detect the things that are nice in the scent necessarily, and you might just be put off by some things that won't put you off later, if that makes sense. Yeah, this is definitely one of those fragrances too that really warms up and evolves and expands with your body, heat and chemistry. It's just really, maybe that's what makes it so amazing too. So amazing. I'll stop talking about it now. There you go. Okay, now we have, okay, the last two First we have Burberry Her. And this to me is the most youthful of the whole bunch. This to me is the most jovial, the most lighthearted, the most feminine, definitely the most feminine, and very, very different vibe from all the other ones, to be honest. Like when I first smelled this, first of all, I was taken aback by how youthful it was, sort of. Like I don't know how to, I don't know, but I was just expecting something a lot more like mature, and I love it, but it's definitely, I don't know, it's just like very lighthearted and fun, and to me, yeah, and just very, actually a little bit like delicate and feminine. So it's a vibe, it's a very specific vibe, and very different from like say Instant Crush, you know what I mean? Just as beautiful though. So that's Burberry Her. And also I will say this is really, really big on the strawberry. This is a very fruity, musky version of this Baccarat Rouge DNA. It's also by the same perfumer that did Baccarat Rouge, so you know, that might play in its favor. Beautiful. This is also something that I could totally wear year round, though I do prefer this in the spring and summer. And finally, but certainly not least, probably the most popular dupe, or at least the most well-known, and that's Ariana Grande's Cloud. You probably heard of it before. If you haven't, then you probably are new to my channel and fragrance community in general, in which case this one is a sweet, creamy, fluffy, coconutty vanilla scent. It's so sweet and creamy and lactonic and fluffy and intoxicating, and it has a little bit of that. This is the one that's what I really value about, there you go, about comparing different dupes to be able to detect small differences. Amber Oud Rouge, because of that prominent clinical note that I was talking about, because of this and what I learned to detect in this one, I smell it a little bit in this one. And I didn't get it before in this one. Or I didn't get it as much. I was like, I didn't really get it. I was like, yeah, okay, but I really have to like think about it. So I didn't get it. But now I can sort of detect it, especially if you've smelt that. It can remind you of that. But a lot more coconut and whipped cream. Coconut, whipped cream, and lavender. Yeah, it's really, really beautiful, really comforting, very versatile. Not necessarily like the sexiest one out of this bunch, you know what I mean? This one is more of like the sweet, girly, creamy, lactonic, everyday, to me anyway, sort of fragrance. I love wearing this around the house. I love wearing this going to bed, reading a book, when I don't know what to wear. It's a great one. So there you have it. I will say, I'm trying to see if I want to do a ranking. It's hard. It's really hard. I think my top 3 out of these, I'm not going to say like a top one first because I don't think I can do it, to be honest. I think I'm going to say my top 3 are these ones. But this one, I actually don't really consider a Baccarat Rouge dupe because to me it's a lot. It's so different. So I'm going to take it out. Not because it's not the top 3, but because for this category. And I would say these are the top contenders that I recommend. This is the more unisex one. I would say even more versatile one. Yeah, more versatile. And this is the more feminine, creamy, lactonic one. There you go. Let me know down in the comments below what your choices would be, what your preferences are. If you have a preference, if you like the Baccarat Rouge DNA. Are you sick of it by now? Because to be honest, I keep thinking, oh, I think I'm sick of it. And then I'll either smell a new dupe or I will smell one of the fragrances I already have and I'll just be like, oh no, I love it. It's so timeless. I think it's groundbreaking. It's absolutely groundbreaking in the sense that it's a new style of fragrance, right? We're seeing it pop up everywhere. I think I saw also there's a few coming up too that are obviously like Baccarat Rouge DNA inspired. There's Marc Jacobs Daisy Also Intense, which definitely seems to have that sort of a vibe to it. There's also Pear Ink by Juliet Has a Gun. I think there was another one too, but anyway, the Point is, whether you are sick or I am sick of it or not, obviously some people aren't, and the industry isn't sick of it, because we're going to see some more coming up this year. So yeah, let me know down below what you think of the whole Baccarat Rouge craze. If you have a favorite, if you have one that you don't think really deserves to be part of the dupe category, let me know, because I'm also kind of intrigued about that. I often disagree with the reminds me of on Fragrantica, so I can understand if you feel that way, and please comment down below. I'm sure you're not the only one. And of course, also let me know about the other. I know there's so many more dupes out there. There's also the one by Haramain, I think, or is it? I think it's called Aristocrat, or I don't know, or it's like violet. I don't know. It's like a purple or violet bottle. I know Paola Bianca has it and she really likes it. Yeah, so there's other ones. Let me know if there's one that you really like, and of course let me know your thoughts about the original. In the next few weeks I have a lot of really exciting videos for you, and some of which are going to be some blind buying guides. I'm going to do a Lactonic blind buying guide too. I'm so happy to hear that you guys like the single note fragrance deep dives, because I love doing that, and I'm kind of obsessed with finding different variations of different notes and really getting to know them in all their portrayals, in all of their renderings, in all of their interpretations. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Please like the video before leaving. That really helps out. It helps get my videos out to a wider audience. Thank you so much for your support. You guys are so lovely. I really am enjoying this hub of people that's always here, you know? Thank you so much for watching. Until we see each other again, please take care of yourself, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.